Hello, and welcome back to Nerd News. Today we have new information regarding the remake of Horizon Zero Dawn for the PS5, and we have, finally, confirmation of where Bleach will be streaming its new anime. Let's get started. First up, we have the leak from Sony, and this is coming from Reset Era. Yeah, it looks like an Excel spreadsheet or something. Was leaked showing several upcoming games from Sony. This says Horizon PS5 Remaster, although the leak yesterday was saying Horizon Remake, so we're not really sure where that's going, but we'll get a little bit more on that in a second. We also have the Horizon VR, which we already know about, Horizon Online as a games as a service. We didn't hear about a Horizon multiplayer that was scrapped from the actual game, but I guess it's possible that got turned into this live service type game. So we have that coming, Carbon coming from Sumo. So we got Sackboy coming to PC, which is interesting. But we also have a new game from Sumo, Carbon, and that is an open world game, it seems. That'll be on the PS5. We have Lucid making Red Star, a vehicle combat game. Not really sure what that is. Housemarque making Returnal for PC. I think we already know about that, or we've seen leaks of that before. Koei Tecmo on Ronin, we've seen that. Kojima with a game called Ocean, an open world game. Probably a sequel to Death Stranding, or whatever Kojima's next game is going to be. We got Ballistic Moon making Bates, a survival horror game. I'm going to guess something to do with like the Bates Hotel or whatever. And then we have London making Camden, a games as a service type game. So several of these are unannounced games, and according to Direct Feed Games, this seems to be an out-of-date leak. So if this is older, maybe the PS5 remaster of Horizon turned into a remake of some sort. We get a good look at a handful of games that Sony's making. They do make it clear that this probably isn't anything to base an opinion on Sony's upcoming exclusives or anything like that. This is old, relatively out of date. My guess is they probably have a lot more than this. This is just what happened to actually leak. I wouldn't expect this to be all Sony has. There's really only a handful of games here. I would expect more to be in development. I wouldn't worry too much. But from what we have here, Kojima making a new game. I mean, Death Stranding, I believe, did reasonably well. I know it's kind of a split on whether people like it or not, but sales-wise, I believe it did reasonably well. And Ronin looked really good. Horizon Remake or Remaster, either one, I'm still a little annoyed at, but it's fine, and it is what it is. DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn 2, that makes sense. And Sumo making a new game called Carbon. That's actually something I'm really interested in. Hopefully it's in a Sackboy open world, like a 3D platformer. It says open world, but I don't know. Sumo making something that Sumo makes good games, so Sumo Digital can do whatever they want. I'll probably pick it up. Just a small leak here, but some quality looking or sounding stuff, I guess. Next up, sort of in gaming news, but not really. Nintendo launches Nintendo Pictures. This will be a vehicle for them to put out more visual content for their IP. The visual content, I'm assuming TV, maybe like TV shows and movies or animation, stuff like that. It's a little weird that they list it as visual content, but I guess. I mean, games are visual content, right? I don't know. Visual content sounds weird, but honestly, it's probably just TV, movies, that kind of stuff. This follows the Mario movie being produced. Apparently, they have really high hopes for this, and so much so that they are planning more before the Mario movie is even out. We've already heard of a Donkey Kong spin-off, but maybe we're going to get even more. Honestly, if anything comes out of this, I really just want like a well-structured Legend of Zelda TV show that kind of each season like kind of goes through a game or whatever. I think something like that would be really cool. Animated, not animated, I don't really care. I just want to see. Honestly, I'm always happy to see more Nintendo IP doing more than just games. As much as I do love games, other content is always nice. I'll be happy to watch whatever Nintendo puts out at least to give it a try. So this is cool, but not super interesting because it's not like they announced anything. Honestly, I'm going to wait till the Mario movie comes out before I get any hopes up of anything better coming or anything bigger coming. For right now, I think this is just them making plans based off what they think the Mario movie is going to do. I don't know. We'll see. This is Illumination. I don't have a whole lot of faith in them, even though they do make decent quality movies in terms of, like, visually. Like, they usually look fine. They usually are fine. I don't really expect much for them in terms of story or really anything else. Really anything else. In terms of story, jokes, I don't really have high expectations. They're very hit or miss. So we'll see how it goes, but this seems to be them trying to make a step forward in doing more with their IP besides just their game. You don't have to necessarily want them to saturate the market with their IP everywhere, making them the next Disney or something. Obviously, I don't particularly want that either, but that doesn't mean that I won't enjoy TV shows or movies based on Nintendo IP, because of course I will. A Mother movie would be fantastic. A Metroid movie would be great. Anything Zelda would be really, really cool. Have you read the Zelda manga? They're great. That would be a great TV show. Sticking with anime and the like, Naruto, for its 20th anniversary, Studio Period. I assume it's pronounced Period. I'm not smart. Don't leave me alone. Studio Period put out a celebratory video. It's about 9 minutes, using several of the opening themes and what appears to be just completely new animation, just going through the series in celebration. It's not really leading to anything. There's no indication that it's leading to anything, but it still looks really, really good. I don't want to play the whole thing because it's 10 minutes, and if I speed it up too much, it's just going to look like shit because this isn't going to be a super long discussion about it. But I'll play there'll be a few clips playing, or there has been a few clips playing that I really liked, and honestly, it's just really, really cool to see this. A lot of rumors going around that this is going to lead to a remake of the Naruto anime. No, probably not. There's not really a reason to do that. Boruto is still running and quite popular. There's not really a reason to compete with yourself in that way. I've seen a lot of comparisons, and maybe we'll get a Kai-like remake. Kai wasn't a remake. They just re-edited the footage of the original anime to better suit the actual manga story. They cut out all of the filler, cut out a lot of extra stuff. Yes, there was some reanimation of lost scenes and damaged scenes, but that's very minimal. For the most part, it was just the old footage being repurposed to make this new anime that's a little bit more condensed. So I think it ends up being about half the size of watching Dragon Ball Z. You get a lot of the filler taken out and just cleans it up a little bit. Better new voice acting. Your opinion on the voice acting or your opinion on these new, cuts for the scenes and stuff like that is honestly your opinion, but in general, it's just a revamped version of an already existing anime. It's not a remake, so to speak. It's more like a remaster, if anything. But yeah, it's really cool. Check it out. The link will be in the description below, but it's a really good video. Speaking of Naruto, one of the other members of the big three is getting a new anime. As we've been talking about, I try to bring it up as much as possible. Any chance I get to bring up Bleach on this channel, I'm absolutely going to. And today is no exception. We finally have a streaming service announcement of where we will be able to watch Bleach in 8 days. We are 8 days away from Bleach at the time of recording. 7 days away starting tomorrow. Cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. It'll be on Hulu here in the United States. It appears everywhere else it'll be Disney+. If you're unaware, Disney owns the majority of Hulu. And Hulu, I think, is just in the States. It's not really a worldwide thing, or at least not everywhere. It appears it's not available in Europe and stuff. Although I'm not positive on that. I'm obviously not from Europe. But watching other people discuss the disappearance of Bleach that we talked about yesterday, it appears that Hulu isn't available everywhere else. Here in the States, we are getting Hulu. That's where Bleach is going to be. Elsewhere, it seems to be on Disney+. We did hear rumors that Disney had picked up the rights to the Bleach anime for streaming, and that appears to be correct. Even if you want to argue that Hulu isn't Disney+, and they were saying it's going to be on Disney+, this is basically the same thing. We don't have the Star section on Disney+ here in the States. Apparently everywhere else has a whole separate section. My guess is that those places that don't have Hulu get the Star section, and that is where they put all the stuff that would be on Hulu on there. Regardless, this is good news. I'm really excited for Bleach, and just 7 more days to go as of, the time you're watching this video. 7 more days. Just 1 more week. Can't wait. It's going to be great. And continuing with the Disney theme, next up we have a new trailer for Black Panther. This movie's coming out November 11th, and it looks amazing. I cannot wait for this movie. I know a lot of people have some doubts based on, obviously Chadwick Boseman being dead, and, it is what it is. There's not really a lot to say about that. Ben died. It's terrible. It is. However, Disney's going to Disney. They're going to continue one of their more popular characters. So, I am excited to see where they take this and what they do. As long as there's not some Frankenstein-looking Chadwick Boseman CGI like they did in Star Wars in the movie, I'll be fine. As long as they don't do that, I'll be happy for the most part. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be a good movie, but like, as long as they don't, Frankenstein him in there, I don't really care that much about anything else. As long, just make a good movie. If the movie's good and they put him in there in some weird ass way, I'm gonna bitch about it, to be honest, because that's just gross. But other than that, I have no complaints about them making a new Black Panther. They were definitely going to. They can't just ignore Wakanda forever because of this. That's just how movies work. That's how business works. They're not going to do that. So if you expected that to be what they did, you're dumb. I don't know what to tell you. But again, I'm really excited for the movie. The trailer looks really, really cool. We finally see Shuri in the new Black Panther suit, and it looks really, really good. You only get a small glimpse at the end, but still looks really good. We see more of Namor. Looks really good. Really liking the way they took his design. I'm not a big fan of Namor in the comics, so I'm really hoping that they kind of changed him up a bit. Namor's kind of a dick, to be honest. Like, he seems like he's going to be the antagonist here, but that doesn't mean he has to be a dick. It could just be, kind of someone else pulling the strings to make a war. And that's going to be what happens. That's just my thoughts, but, we'll see when the movie comes out. But honestly, I just hope they change Namor up a little bit. I feel like they're going to want to make Namor one of the Avengers or Avenger adjacent. So, he's probably not going to be a complete dick like he is in the comics. At least I hope not. But regardless, the movie looks really, really good. Really excited. Only a month away. Actually, it'll be exactly a month. The same day Bleach comes out. Also, I think November 11th is like the Pokemon weekend. That's going to suck. Got a lot to do that weekend. And the last bit of TV-ish news, Velma got a logo. Here's the logo. I mean, sure, it looks fine, I guess. I don't know. The one screenshot that we've seen of this show was a little gross, but like in a cool way. It is supposed to be more like a Harley Quinn-esque mature take on Velma from Scooby-Doo. So we'll see, but we haven't really seen a whole lot, so I'm not trying to judge it or anything like that. But, the one screenshot, the art style of it looked fine. For the most part, it looked fine. And this title screen is fine. If I can quote Mr. Scott Nicewander here, the Scooby-Doo expert over at NerdSync, they spelled her name right. That's about all I got. And the last bit of news, we have Battles of Legend Crystal's Revenge. The poster for it has been leaked. And as you can see right there at the bottom, Access Code Talker will be getting a reprint. And that's good news. Access Code Talker is still an insanely expensive card. If I'm not mistaken, even the gold copies are like $50. The secret rares are like 70 or something. The card's just overpriced, in my opinion. No Yu-Gi-Oh card needs to be that much. Special rarity ones, sure, like your ghost rares or ultimate rares, I can understand. I can understand the Starlights being, hundreds of dollars. Whatever. No one needs a Starlight. It's not a big deal. What I don't like is stuff like this, where like it has 2 printings. It's incredibly necessary if you're going to play competitive, and it's exceedingly expensive. Like, there's no reason that this should cost $70 or $50, really. So getting a new reprint, that's always good. That'll bring the price down at least a little bit. It will be a secret rare, it seems, so It's not going to be the easiest card to pull, but at least it's a reprint. Nothing else really stands out on this ad, at least to me. Most of these cards we pretty much knew would be in here. The one I do want to point out, because I'm really excited about it, is my little dinosaur friend right here. He's a doodle beast. I like the doodle beast. They're little dinosaurs, and he's adorable. I don't even remember what he does. He's just adorable. So, really looking forward to this set, mostly because it's just an excuse to play some more dinosaurs. And that's all the news for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you're looking forward to the new Black Panther or Bleach. I'm looking forward to both very much. I'll see you tomorrow.